spoke in Chinese to the assembled gathering, and the delegation was most impressed and wanted to quickly pursue further student exchange, and looking at that there, and we continued discussions with Mr. Peterson. But I have to pay tribute to Lily, a member of our staff who acted as interpreter and did a fantastic job, and I think if anything really showed how great it is when you have one of your own to do the interpreting, you actually hear everything that's going on. She did a great job and was well complimented again by the delegation that was led by the Deputy Mayor, and of course extended invitations, you know, to us. Would either of you gentlemen then went up, visited the rail siding and asked us the question, well, what do you want? And then took them up to see 900 odd cows being milked and to show them just how it would take place. Any comments, Councillor Van Rooyen?
My comment would be, we drove up Mossop Road to go to the farming area, and the lady who was in the car with me, she must have said at least 20 times, this is so beautiful. And she took photo after photo after photo. The bloom was in full, the asphalt was absolutely fantastic along the roadside. And then, once we got up there, people visibly relaxed, and they started yahooing a bit, and they took hunting photos, and but it was, by comparison to other visits, it was so relaxed.
Councillor April, you acted as truck driver.
Yes, I actually ended up being a van driver for them, and they're New Zealand Chinese van driver from Auckland, didn't know the area. He acted as interpreter, so I gave the tour guide speech as we drove along, and he interpreted for me, and I concur with Councillor Van Rooyen. They were absolutely blown away by the scenery. It's lucky further up the road they were cutting silage, yeah, so they didn't know what was going on, but we managed to see them cutting, raking, and then we'd seen them putting on the stack as well. So, yeah, they were very, very keen.
And the young lady that Councillor Van Rooyen talked about was the young lady who had entertained Jenny and I when we were in each other, and said, do you remember me? Well, of course I said, of course I do.
I would guess we've got back, there was a couple of inquiries on what the price of industrial sections and things like that were. They're obviously really looking for opportunities and possibly someone to help you.
One remark that was maybe, we drove past Amesfield School and the children happened to be out in the playground, and she made me stop and she said, is that a school? You know, the space and was there, and the freedom that people have.
So I will be writing to them, thank them, and therefore we'll be working with Mr. Parks to see that. Incidentally, I received an invitation from China yesterday to go back and participate in their conference in May next year, but I'll go back to that. Any other questions about those things? You'll notice that on the 20th, I attended left rural mayors and attended the AG Fibre Solutions function in Auckland. That was the official takeover of Karaholtavi by OGD, so I met with the Consul General of Japan and invited him to come on down because the government is a part owner of the Kinleys complex. So I invited him and their board, the chairman of the board and all their board members were there to come on down to the South Waikato. Already, I think we'd say there was a change of attitude from AG. I met with Mr. John Ryder from Karaholk, and the first thing that, again, John said was we must reinstitute getting together of councillors and senior staff at Kinleith that used to take place some years ago, and reinstitute that to bring us back down into a relationship. But AG had certainly appears to have a far bigger community relationship desire than the previous. So it looks good. All right.
Would you comment on your meeting with the Patari District Services Club on the